Welcome back everyone. You're watching the training week from May 12th, first week back after a light week, and the weekly focus was to prepare for the official Friday TriStar Senior Mock Comp. Some highlights was of course the mock comp itself, the first bail from handstand on rings, stomach down, post-operation. One touch P-bar routine from Tuesday. That was a big one for me personally. So first week back, got into it on Monday just by touching most of the pieces. I think I'm a little bit behind, so my memory is rusty, and so are my high bar dismounts, fam. We got some rusty high bar dismounts. But in my light weeks, if there's any skills that I do, it's high bar. All the other apparatus I'm doing pretty much nothing, maybe some basics, but high bar I'm doing a fair amount. So last week, what did I do? I did a few Marises. I think on one of the sessions I caught a decent pagan and then sent a Cassina in the same turn. That was exciting. So patrons, that's all gonna be up on the Patreon for you. And of course the first Stalder. This week I did some more Stalders. So for me that was I know it's funny, but for me that's a milestone. Stalder was a milestone. So my thoughts were, I knew what P-bar routine I was going to do, so I'm just preparing my body best as I could for Friday. High bar routine, as I said, I wasn't sure, and my deciding factor was going to be my Tuesday high bar session. So my thought was, if I can at least do a first half, an upgraded first half on high bar from Tuesday this week, then all right, let's try the upgrade in the mock competition. But as you'll see tomorrow, it was not good. Tuesday high bar session could not get anything done. And I guess we can talk about the mock comp now. Might have some spoilers, but to start things off, the mock comp was in the evening. So I got done at about 8 o'clock and started warm up at 8 p.m. when usually I'm starting my warm up at around 11 p.m. or so, a.m. my bad. Usually I'm starting to warm up like first thing in the morning. So that was a bit different for me, and what I did a little bit on Thursday after my usual coaching day, just to feel the waters and feel, well, what is it going to be like doing gym late in the evening. So that was actually for me like a biggie. At my age, even the time you do something, since I'm doing my training at virtually exactly the same time every day for the last, probably over a decade, a little change in timing, in this case it was a big change, means a lot. It's almost like going to a different country with a different time zone and you get no time to adjust. Plus you're a bit gassed out from the usual work day. But nevertheless, I decided to go big on high bar. And my thought on Thursday night was, okay, I haven't had a particularly good high bar week, so maybe I can just do a pike gaylord tap, but try to do the pagan in the beginning. And that's pretty much what ended up happening. Good time on the Tuesday, 2:15. If memory serves me right, I was feeling a bit conservative, a bit gas, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna one touch this thing. So I came to P-bar, did my usual warm-up sequence and decided to challenge myself with a routine on my second turn. So 2:15 is a good time. It is a good time. I've come up with one little strategy that's helping me save, I don't know, probably like 15-20 seconds, but probably talk about that one next week because that's when it started. Though that 2:15 was quick. So you'll see less little hand shuffles after those Heelys, so saving myself a couple ones. And that's pretty much the focus on P-bar, less hand shuffles. I like that. Obviously a hand shuffle, but these days I'm struggling to get the giant Diami to handstand, and that's probably the only one that's actually gone to handstand in a routine. Decent chest height, 0.1 hop. Not bad for a one touch, and sometimes it just works in your favor. Warm up less, save a little bit more energy for the turn that actually counts. Man, but pagans I'm starting to kick out early. starting to kick out early again. It's like the one mistake that always comes back to haunt me, an early kick out. And could not get the goal first half done. I don't think I actually got anything done on Tuesday. Not bad. Too far. Oh, fam, look at that. Oh, yeah. I was lucky to walk out of that unscathed. And just did a tap here. So, you know, I've gotten through one routine. I've gotten through one upgraded routine on high bar so far. Looking at the mock comp, well, mock comp, I'll spoil it, I pretty much got through, but I did end up doing just a Pike Gaylord tap. I didn't do the Pike Gaylord. I was gassed. It must have been getting close to 9 o'clock at night. But we'll all see that in the next few minutes. Still sucking on horse, fam. Still sucking on horse, but loving it. Loving sucking on horse. Loving doing straddled flops. Gives me something else to do. Admittedly though, the pommel horse smashes my arms. Like sometimes even my shoulder will flare up after horse. Because you're passing through that planchy stuff, and as you can tell, I'm using a lot of strength on horse. And horse is not meant to be about strength. But look at that, fam. Look at that, just gritting through. And season has started, you know, that routine grind, look at that. Oh yeah. Nice, yeah, that was sarcasm. I was not happy. Yeah, everybody in New Zealand now, I guess, is some people may have already had their first competitions, and if you are in New Zealand and you're watching, good luck to you. It's admittedly probably the hardest time for us, especially, you know, doing it in the winter. Keeping in your best form in the winter is even more of a challenge. So a reminder to all you Kiwi blokes out there, or what do you call them, blokes, and what's the opposite of blokes for girls? I don't know if there's an equivalent term. You know, your mental sanity is number one. Go as hard as you can go, but don't overwork yourself. Always strive to find the correct balance for you, where you're pushing your limitations, but you're leaving yourself happy. You're leaving yourself excited and thirsty to get even better the following day. You go too hard, you overwork, you end up just kind of feeling like crap, and you don't want to be going through a whole season just dreading every day. You gotta have some room for enjoyment. And one strategy I like to do, I actually just like to pick one or two things that I look forward to in every single session, even if they go against the what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So I might just think, you know what, today I'm just going to try and spot the bar really well in my pagan or whatever release. Like, I'm not even going to worry about catching. I just want to see if I can get a really clear visual, and I imagine getting a nice visual, and it makes me feel excited to see if I can actually get it done. But anyway, here we are, warming up for the mock comp. Boys had already finished, and because I had to start really late, our judge had already left by then, but I decided to just follow through and test myself. So you see, I gave 20 extra seconds there, so a little bit slow, but since it was a mock comp, I wanted to make sure the bar was done well. And fam, the adrenaline's still there at 33, fam. Soon to be 34, but the adrenaline was still there, and you'll see it in this first Honma. You know, usually I catch with my elbow slightly bent in training, but pretty much locked there. And it's good to know that my adrenals are still working. A bit overcooked to the left there, managed to save it, so that was a biggie. Now the scores, can't remember whether it was a 12-8 or a 12-6 is going to be the world's qualification score. I sent this to our judge Gareth Bertel, and he had me at somewhere in the low 13s. Somewhere in the low 13s with that giant Diami going way over and that big form break. Plus, you know, I decided to go for sticks, lift that chest, and I think it's good. Test the waters, see what happens if I go for a chest up landing. Looks like I need a little bit more power. And hit on the first try. You know, that's probably the most important part, that I hit on the first try. First time in uniform, first time with competition jitters in 1.5 years. Insane. This was the one touch. No, this was just general warm-up. General warm-up, nice and clean. Nice and clean. Should have just saved it, to be honest. Was this attempt? No, this was the first pagan warm-up. Didn't quite commit to doing that 1-2 touch. And first salute. Here we go. Same problem as usual, fam. The adrenaline is hard to control. So I decided to restart rather than finishing. I was really upset, not so much that I missed, but that my legs were scrappy. I was upset that I couldn't have my top composure, that I freaked out. So I was like, okay, that's it. No matter what, I'm not freaking out. No matter what, I'm holding these damn legs together. And as you've seen in the short, boom, probably or possibly my cleanest pagan to date. So that was awesome. That was awesome. Stoop half was not bad either. Left elbow still bending. We want to get rid of that. Small leg separation. Kick out was a bit pikey. And at this point, safety first. I was just gone as I couldn't tell what was up, what was down. A bit short on the Zoli min. You want to finish that spin all the way around so that the 360 is completely done on the way down. Feeling comfortable in the one arm. Did not do the Stolder, but how were these knees? Not bad on the knees and a stuck landing, fam. Can't complain. 2 for 2, though high bar was on the second try and without one of the major releases. But fam, look at this. Check this out. Oh yeah. Oh, I've probably watched that like 100 times. And still had some juice left in the tank on Saturday. Some juice left in the tank on Saturday. I was gonna make this Coleman 96, but in the end I wasn't too happy with it, so I didn't end up posting it. I think it was this one here, but it was relatively clean. Just didn't quite fully lock my knees in the kick out, kept them a little bit bent, but in terms of feet together, pretty much there. Did I do any Marises today? I think I did. I did do Marises today, so I did actually plenty after a mock comp. This was the visual of a lifetime right here. I still remember it. I saw this bar all the way down till I hit my feet on the floor. I was so happy with that turn. If you replay that, slow it down, you'll just see me looking straight at that pole all the way down till I land. Mars is not too bad. Again, if I'm going to take it seriously and actually try and catch it, I'm going to have to be wise with how I train it. A skill like this I have to do when I'm fresh, much like I was training my pagan Colemans. It's very unlikely to work if I'm doing it already, not at full capacity. I might be very experienced with the front releases, but my technique it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest, and my somersault, as you all know if you've been watching for a long time, my somersault is quite slow compared to most of the gymnasts that do forwards releases over the bar. So I really have to be fresh if I'm gonna get this Maris. And then if we get the Maris, I can't wait, but we're gonna have to start that Kudinov 2 adventure pretty soon. Some days I wake up and I think, you know what, why don't I just scrap the Maris? I've already caught it. Why not just start on the big one straight away? But kind of want to stay true to my plan. That celebration there was a fake, and I remember smacking my left elbow into the rail on that double back half, so I decided just to finish with an open double back and call it there. So only a few weeks left to TriStar Champs, and just got to maintain for now. Maintain, clean where I can, keep my body fresh, not get too overexcited, and just try to strive to understand my gymnastics so that when I'm hit with that adrenaline, which is beyond my control, I kind of know what to do. So thank you for your support. Thanks for watching. All the best till next time. And massive shout out to all the patrons helping me fundraise towards this year. Thank you.